As we welcome you back into our Premier League studios, Nolan Baker alongside Robbie Earle and Danny J. Guys, it was much needed. We spoke so much about this kind of mid-season slump that Chelsea had been experiencing. What positives do you take from them tonight? Well, the 3 points was important, gets them back into the top 4. It was an example of what Chelsea are about. Lots of potential, and you can see the goal threat, but not perfect. I thought there was a 15-minute spell in that game that decided 45 minutes to 60 minutes. Second half at 1-1, the game was in the balance. You weren't sure at times which way it was going to go. Chelsea got through it, had good game management, got the second goal, went on, and once they got the second, then you start to see the confidence in the normal play. But it was a 15-minute spell. We talk about the experience, sometimes you've got to go through it. There was 15 minutes today that they went through and have come out the other side, and that's the biggest thing I can take away from today. Danny, how different were Chelsea after scoring the second goal than they were after scoring the first goal and then obviously letting it equalise? It's the relief, and I think the home fans have a huge part to play as well, because as young players, you can be affected by the fans, whether it's loud, whether it's quiet, and we talk about this being a very young squad, which it is, but I want to give great credit to Maresca. It's only his second full season as a manager, and what he said at half-time, he would have reset everything, got the players to calm down, because he's still learning as well. So I think, as Robbie's quite rightly said, the 45 to 60 minutes, I think that was what won them the game, but that was probably a lot to do with what Maresca did and the things that he was telling the younger players, obviously, during half-time. I'd like to mention one player as well, who wasn't brilliant on the ball and wasn't eye-kicking. Moises Caicedo we talked to you about this, he's not a John Terry, there's not that type in this group, but this young guy who's bought for a lot of money and much maligned last season, his game's developing, his game's maturing, he's in the central midfield position, so he's attached to the defenders behind him, he's attached to the attackers in front of him. I think he could grow into being a real important leader, almost captain for this football